Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we are back with another reaction to Dr. Stone Season 3. We're now into Episode 2, which is called Greed Equals Justice. Alright, I don't know if I agree with that, but we'll have to see how the episode turns out. Last episode, we are starting the preparation for this world journey that we're planning for. Basically, a food issue is the most pressing one while the boat is still being made. So Senku was like, let's get some crops going because fish and meat, it's a great idea, but these are not going to be enough to hold us over, and a lot of them are not going to last the entire trip. So they started agriculture in the form of wheat, and they also found out ways to basically start farming animals. So very good, a very productive episode. We're going to move into this one and see where we're going to go next. So I am excited. So let's jump in. Just before I do though, if you'd like to be in the know when I drop episodes, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you are in the know. All right, with that out of the way, let's get into the episode right now. I love how they're so grateful. They're like, this is great. I'm not gonna lie, baking is an art. I like to bake my own self. Not bread though, bread's hard. Yeah, I was about to say, how are we gonna thaw people out exactly? Yeah, I was about to say, you're looking a little evil your own self there, bro. A little scared of you. I'm forgetting the phone is in this world now. Journal ass? Mm-hmm. I mean, he's right about at least understanding how villains think. Yeah, that's kind of Gen's specialty. Journal ass? I can't. It's true, want and need. Desire is what propels most invention and innovation. You little... Should have known. Can't trust the blondes. I jest. Someone he's probably gonna put on his ship before they petrified. I was about to say, most butlers of those rich people can do a lot of things. Hence the pronouns. Yes, a little modesty is good. Okay. You're welcome. They're like, we'll ask questions later. Okay. Oh, gloves, okay. Alright, they said they got business to conduct. Back to work. I mean, maybe it's something they don't want to discuss. That's how you get things done. Oh, again, you're gonna be alright, babe. I don't think you can really call that bread. To your guests? I don't think they're guests. At least fit for human consumption. I like that he's got low standards. That's what I was about to say. About 3? You know, I guess they're gonna have to stop for water. Stolen? Never heard of it. Jamaican fruitcake, we put fruit inside of alcohol as well and let it soak. It's delicious, and once you make that cake, it lasts for years. That's right. If you don't do it right. They were happy with the burn bread. They're gonna pass out when they actually have bread that's baked properly. How is this rising? This is what I want to know. Where's the yeast coming from? Hence convection oven if you got one.
彼が絶対に欲しい。
Well, I'm glad at least it's, you know, wanting to use him for a mutual benefit and not, like, take him out. Didn't I tell you they was gonna lose it?
なんか涙が
Not crying.
出ちゃうね。
ああ、現代の有名パン屋と遜色ね。
I mean, for the price that Butler probably charges, it better be good bread.
欲しいイコール正義です。
Okay. All right, we got the pung. Now we need to preserve. Well, I mean, we don't need to, but, you know, y'all are meat eaters, so preserve the meat next.
手を V 字にして下へ下へと丸め込み。
See, kids, you can make your own simple bread after watching this. This is probably the safest thing that they've shown how to make on this show.
のは元はといえば誰のおかげ？
フランソワ
Nah. It's true. Francois made it, girl. You just pilfered with something that should have been left alone.
職人先生の化石が欲しいな。
Isn't that your old man?
なら俺がおぶって走るぞ。
ああ、大樹か。
As you would.
ありがとう。
Thank
大
you.
丈夫よわしなら。
Cute.
主だと別れてからどんだけ時間あったと思ってるの？
True, he does love a challenge.
舐めちゃダメよ。
You're keeping him young.
チームゴリラ
Not the outfits. I'm sick. Why was she driving so hard, sis?
いけてるでしょ。
Who had the time to braid his beard?
で、わざわざわしよ。
Okay, mob boss, take a breath.
今から。
At least he's still dressed. I spoke too soon.
隠し味に干しぶどうのぶどう糖を少々かけり
I
ゃ
have no idea what he's making.
完成。
A mirror?
なんだこりゃ。
Uh,
やべえ。
I knew it had something to do with beauty, didn't I? Makeup, mirror, yeah.
私が欲しいのは商売道具です。
商売道具？
Oh, if you didn't want a mirror, did I just... Oh, I'm sorry, did I misjudge you?
これでフィルム装填完了。
Oh, a
ラ
camera.
ゲレオタイプ。
Right, she's a reporter. That makes sense. Sorry. I'm sorry, girl. I shouldn't have said that you were that shallow, but you did want the mirror, though. I could see it in your eyes.
必ず取るから。人類ゼロから文明を作っていく。
Fair enough. Historians have always been needed.
ああ、
センコン
どれどれ。
Not Nikon.
作ったんだよ。
そこはみなみちゃんのためって言っといてよ。
Right?
いい話したみなみちゃんがバカみたいになるじゃない。
No, I mean, it still means something for her.
その写真のモデル券ごと買い取るぞ。
Of course, he's like, I want the rights.
人世界の歴史を記した七海博物館の展示物だ。
The Nanami. Wow, this man is definitely a megalomaniac. The way he's leaking world building already.
このような流れもあろうかと。
What is this?
撮影衣装に流水様のコレクションをか
Wardrobe.
あはそれがフランソワだ。
I mean, a good butler's always prepared. But no, it's funny. I'm thinking of how much Tsukasa would not be able to stand
こういうカメラってあれ
Ryushi.
だよね。
He's exactly the kind of person in the mindset that he doesn't like, even though he's young. Ooh, yes, that's the look. That's the look.
せめてポーズ取ってよ、なんか。
千空が
Is he a poser? His fingers in his ear, pretty much. That's it.
一瞬でパシャーっとは
Nope.
撮れねえからな。
Honestly, I've always thought the photo development process, like the original with film, is so cool. I don't have the time or patience, but seeing how long it took and the care and the amount of patience it took to develop a picture, they were so much more meaningful.
千空が言うには水銀で炙ってよ。
Cook the mercury.
硫黄から作った定着液。
Sulfur.
それは現代人じゃないと知らないかも。世界一有名な。
Fair enough, fair enough. That sounds about right for Senko. I'm just glad his finger wasn't in his ear. Oh, there was no ending scene. Ooh. Okay, well, guys, that was episode 2. And now that we've got agriculture down, the next step was figuring out how to cook all this wheat that we've now finally acquired. And bless Senku's heart, even though baking is absolutely a science, it does require a bit of finesse. And they discovered that while he technically made edible bread, it wasn't good. I mean, bless the villagers. They'd never had bread before, so for them it was amazing. But anybody else who'd had real bread before, especially bougie bread, as Senku called it, yeah, that was not even edible. So I think that Ryushi had the right idea with reviving his butler. They are a Swiss Army knife of skills that I think are very valuable to this group. Cooking, cleaning, probably can sew. I don't think there's anything that butler probably can't do or doesn't have some level of knowledge or expertise in. But even the cooking alone is huge, because learning how to preserve food and to make the different ways of food, like those are things that are outside of Senku's wheelhouse, right? Like he knows how to cook basic meals, but that's it. And these, the folks that are there, they've only done what they've known or what was passed down to them. And we learned last episode that quite a few people in the village died, I guess probably 20 or so years prior because of famine, basically. And so a lot of the knowledge maybe they might have gained was probably lost throughout the ages because people died and didn't get a chance to pass it on. So now having somebody who not only understands food, but probably is going to be able to make much more functional and nutritious meals based on what they have, that's an invaluable resource. So I got to give it to Ryushi. That was a very good call. The butler was a good call. And the butler, I love it that, they're not asking questions. They're not demanding anything. They're not even panicking. Like most of them kind of took at least a day or two to just assimilate. Butler's like, yeah, I got it. Frozen, 3,700 years, everything's primitive now. All right, what do you need me to do? Time to get everything back on track. So we need somebody who's task-oriented like that, and someone who also works with Ryushi really well. And interestingly, we heard the butler say that they want to help, or it's their priority to get Nanami, which is Ryushi's surname, Nanami Enterprises, I think it was, conglomerate, whatever. They were like, we need to get it back up and running as soon as possible. And as far as they're concerned, they need Senku to do that. And that's a given, I would say, right? Because Senku's knowledge of science and many other things, but his scientific knowledge and the way his brain works is invaluable in a world like this. And for all the things that they want to do, Senku's brain is absolutely critical in making that happen. So the way that they looked at Senku, though, tells me that it's going to be a situation where they're going to try to, as I said, I'm glad it's not like the last two seasons where it was, Tsukasa trying to take Senku out or take out the idea of science. It's nice to have somebody who's supporting Senku in that vision and equally wants to have the world revived, even if it is for financial gain and wealth purposes. But I do worry that this is going to evolve into a situation where they're going to want Senku to potentially work with Ryushi and them almost exclusively for the gain of Nanami over all else. If you know what I mean. Like, I just get the sense that, Homie has said he's greedy many, 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 many times. He's shown that he's greedy. In fairness, though, Ryushi is not like wanted what he wanted over everything else. Like everything he's done so far, there has been a mutual benefit. Like people got things that they needed or wanted, but you don't become as rich as that, as rich as he was, without things getting a little bit shady at some point, right? Without the greedy claws of capitalism coming up to grip at some point. So this is why I feel like, just like I said, it's just the way that Francois looked at Senku there when they were saying, oh, we need him. I just feel like that's gonna build into something that's probably going to be an issue for Senku at some point. Because we know that Senku really isn't interested in wealth. He's not interested in fame. He doesn't want his name written down in history. None of that's important to him. He just wants to practice science and evolve and do better. And of course, help humanity by extension by doing that, right? He doesn't really want to back burner his science or the greater good of humanity for anything else. So that's where I feel like him and Ryu are going to butt heads at some point. But for now, they're on the same path and they're working with each other. So it's good. It's good for the village and it's good for what they need to do. So yeah, we'll have to see how things go. But yeah, we now have a cook acquired. We have got bread that they can take on long distances acquired. And I have a feeling that the next thing on the menu, like I said, is going to be other types of food. And and then we have the cameras as well, which is going to help them map out the new Japan since the world has shifted and hopefully find that oil that they're needing in order to propel this ship. So great start. Still enjoying the season. Enjoyed this episode a lot. Hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please show some love and I'll see you in the next one.